I'm going to introduce you to two very helpful resources for any developer interacting with the Vonage APIs. They're called the Documentation MCP Server and the Tooling MCP Server. To explain where this fits, let me start with the classic split between backend and front-end software. As I'm sure you know, backend code performs work behind the scenes, and front-end code acts like an interface to that backend. Often that's an interface for humans, but our world has evolved, and there are new users interacting with backend systems. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, backends can do all kinds of useful things, but they always need something to kick them off. If you want to find nearby restaurants, a backend function can absolutely do that. But when should it run? And where should it put its results? Now, if a human needs that information one time, the answer is simple. You use a user interface. A user presses a button or types a query, the front end calls the back end, and the results appear on screen in a format that makes sense to the human. When you need to trigger something to happen in the back end repeatedly, automatically, or at scale, then you write software, and it uses an application programming interface, or API. APIs are like user interfaces, but the user is code. And now we're entering a world where there's a third kind of user interacting with backend systems, AI agents. They aren't humans clicking buttons, and they aren't just running code. They need safe, structured, machine-readable ways to ask for data and perform actions. And that's where MCP comes in. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. I like to think of MCP as an agent endpoint, an interface designed specifically for AI agents. Now, if you want to manually find restaurants when you're thinking about it, you open a browser or an app. If you're working on a travel application and you want it to look up restaurants, you use an API. But if you want your AI agent to do it, you first configure your AI with an MCP server made specifically for the restaurant backend, and that gives your AI the capability of doing that on your behalf. It's like letting your AI sit at the computer for you. Vonage currently provides two MCP servers, and together they make AI-driven development with Vonage incredibly powerful. The first one is the Vonage Documentation MCP Server. This one is all about knowledge. It gives your AI agent access to up-to-date official Vonage documentation right inside programs like Claude Desktop, ChatGPT, VS Code, Cursor, and so on. Instead of copying text from your browser or asking an AI model to guess how the API works, your agent gets direct access to the real docs in a structured format. So if you ask your agent, what's the request body for the Vonage Messages API, the MCP server provides the correct answer from the correct source. Instead of your agent hallucinating an example or giving you outdated code, it becomes grounded in the actual Vonage documentation. Now let's look at the second MCP server, the Tooling MCP Server. If the Documentation MCP Server gives your agent knowledge, the Tooling MCP Server gives it power. This is where your AI agent can actually perform real actions using your real Vonage account. This includes tools for checking your account balance, sending messages, sending outbound text-to-speech voice calls, listing and linking applications and phone numbers, and a whole lot more. And there are additional tools coming soon. Each tool is purposely small, predictable, and safe, designed in a way that AI agents can use reliably without guesswork. Imagine writing, "Send an SMS to this number and store the result in a JSON file," or write an application that lets me parse this list of phone numbers to send out birthday reminders using Vonage, as long as my balance is above $5. Now your agent can look up the most current documentation on how to interact with Vonage's API, find the appropriate code examples, and put it all together for you and do all of the necessary configuration in Vonage. It runs locally, it uses your environment variables, and it never exposes a public endpoint. Now, these two servers are designed to complement each other. They give developers the ability to quickly and easily learn about and use Vonage's APIs. For more information on any of Vonage's APIs and supported programming languages, subscribe to this YouTube channel, join our Slack community, and check out our blog at developer.vonage.com.